Hi guys, welcome to Tondela. This is the second to last race of this season. Now, I'm going to get this season out of the way, and then by the time this season's done, hopefully the webcam will be here, so we can start the new season in a new style, basically. You'll be able to see how ugly I am. I'm not actually that ugly. I'm not exactly a looker either. But yeah, hopefully by the time the new season starts, we'll have the webcam here. We'll be able to start doing some proper recording. So as it stands, we're still 5th in the Constructor Championships. Lara is still 3rd in the Driver Championships, and I think Vosu is 15th. Normally this would be the last race of the season, but I don't know if you can remember, we do have Guildford after this. Was voted in at the end of the last season. So we do have that extra race to worry about. And when I say worry about, I mean financially. I don't think we're going to gain anything else out of it, other than a little bit in the way of financial woe. But we'll see how things go. That's looking good to me. We're going to take the softs. We're going to take the softs. Let's have a look at Vosu's car. Vosu's car is looking not great, is it? Shit everywhere. I think, yeah. And we'll go softs as well with him. We'll make sure we'll get softs out. So we're going to head it into take the practice. Now, it's been a little while since I last played it. I say it quite often, by the way, because it's true. Sometimes I'll take a little break away from it. I'll do some other things, and I'll forget what's happened in the last race. And it's kind of like what happened in the last race. I can't remember what happened. I think we had a really good race, though, if I remember rightly. Didn't Lara get a second? Or am I wrong? Vosu had a disappointing one or something like that. I really can't remember. I should really remember these things, or perhaps even go back and rewatch my own work. The only problem with watching your own stuff again is you realise how much of a twat you sound when you recorded stuff. It doesn't sound right coming back to you, does it? Don't know if anyone else has done that, just realised that themselves, but I don't like hearing my voice back. I don't even like hearing my voice when I talk. But it makes you wonder why I'm doing these videos. I think I've mentioned it before. The only reason I do these videos is because, well, I find it fun. I find it fun talking about bollocks. Not actual bollocks, physical, hairy, sweaty bollocks. Not that, but, just chatting the shit, basically. Level 1 on the race trim and the qualifying trim, always nice to see. Fast sectors there for Lara, Vosu too, but I say this is only it's only practice. Not going to get anything out of this, really, other than some knowledge. Talking about knowledge, let's get these guys in, see how they feel about these cars. Vosu seems to be happier than Lara does. Let's get him back out on this race trim for another 8 laps. Same tyres again, please, mate. Hello. So you're not happy with the handling, that's fine. How about we go this way for you? How do these work out for you? How do you feel about those? And then let's have a look at Lara. Lara's not happy at all, really. Stick on that, same laps, same race trim, same tyres. This is going to be a really interesting one. I mean, it's not going to be that interesting, but you know what I mean. It's just let's try that out, I guess. I don't think I've had that small a window with regards to the cornering before. It's a bit mad, to be honest. So let's get these guys around again. Nearly at level 2 for race trim and soft tyres. Not far away at all, really. I don't think we're going to be able to get anything on qualifying trim, but we'll see what we can do. We're definitely going to be able to get race trim level 3. You're not happy with the weight distribution? Okay, mate, we'll bring you in. Get you a look at that. Hopefully by the time we get him in, we're going to be confident enough with the race trim and the soft tyres that we can get him changed over and let Lara deal with the rest of it. Lara likes her little tweaks. Right, so stint. Qualifying trim, 3 laps. Super softs. Let's go all the way down the other way then. As far as we can. Can't do anything about that, apparently. About that. It's about as good as I can get it, I think. So if you go back out, Lara, keep going round on these on the soft tyres and the race trim. We'll bring you in a second to have a look, see how things are for you. Might have to hold off a little bit longer actually. I don't want to guarantee we get those. I may have put Vosu out a little bit too early, to be honest, but I don't know. She seems happy. She seems happy. I've not seen much in the way of complaints here. Not really been looking, if I'm completely honest, until I saw that one come up. How does Vosu feel? Can you give me some shout back, Vosu? So we will be getting that on those. So we'll bring Lara in now. He's happy with the weight distribution, and you want a speed balance back. Okay, I will try. It's not actually that far off what you had it at, but Vosu's got this fastest lap of the practice session. So we're the only ones that really sort of smash out on this. See if we can get you on a qualifying trim just to make sure. I don't think it's going to be enough time, but see how it goes. That speed balance is massively out of whack now. Push it down the other way, oversteer. Want that a little bit more this way, don't we, really? Fuck it, that'll do. 29 seconds it's going to take to do that, so we're not going to get a full lap out, but we might get enough to just tick these up. You never know. Come on. So all we need is 5 seconds worth of you running around. Vosu hopefully won't run out of fuel before that ends. He's just about fucked it. Oh, we did get it. Thank fuck for that. So we do get the Q1 for Q1, the level 1 for the race, the qualifying trim, sorry, and the super softs, which will help us out obviously in qualifying. OMG level engineering. Okay. Apparently Vosu really enjoyed that. I thought his car setup was pretty poor actually, from what I saw at the end there. But what did we see? Oh, he's happy that I'm not going to fuck around with that anymore. So knowledge wise, we're going to have to go qualifying trim and super softs for obvious reasons. Same here, super soft qualifying trim, not much else we can do. Car setup can remain the same. Off we go. Let's take the qualifying. Every time. Why can't it just go straight out? It does irritate me slightly. They don't, you know. Just go, yeah. Let's get these guys in auto. I wish I'd pick our last choice, like the last race. I will learn how to do it. I've said it a few times now. We'll learn how to do that. The whole optimization thing. I don't know. I'm going to have a sip of beer 1 second. I'm not going to have a sip of beer. I just want to have a sip of beer, you know. Oh, blimey. Perfect for Lara. Overheated perfect for Vosu. Should be a good lap for Lara then. Should. Still not going to be faster than Blasi. It's actually had a slower section than Vosu there. Blasi's just blowing our times out of water. Look, fuck me. She's just too good. Far too good. It's not a bad lap. We're actually faster than Blasi, surprisingly. Fucking hell. She must have really cocked up on that last little bit. Oh no, it's the rain. It's the rain on the track that saves us. Oh, lovely stuff. I did take the £300,000 bonus. So obviously it says 150 there, but that's for the qualifying. We probably could have done a bit better, but honestly, I was happy with what we had. I'm going to send these guys out again on the same tyres. Exactly the same setup. We're going to tweak the setup slightly. We're going to do that. See if that makes it any better. Same for Vosu. We're going to do that. See if that makes it any better. Same tyres again. Just off you go, guys. Now, obviously, I've talked about this before. There's a reason we're going the same tyres. As you can see, the weather is becoming better again. So you might find a lot of these guys will go out again, they'll pick up the inters, and then they'll have a slower lap because the rain's going. We don't do that. We try to look ahead. It does look like no one's going to go out on the inters. In fact, it looks like they're not going to fucking go out at all. It looks like they fucked off the whole ordeal. Perfect again. Cold perfect this time round. Can Lara get an even faster lap? Not that it matters. You know, this is only Q1. The only thing that really matters is that we get through to Q2 and then through to Q3. But seeing how fast she can go would be wonderful. So 114.116 is her fastest lap so far. And she smashes that out of water. 114.030. And Vosu had a faster lap too. They've got to be happy with that. They've got to be happy with that. Can we skip this now? Can we get through to Q2, please, game? I don't need to see these guys end. I know where they finished. I don't know why you need to wait for both cars to finish. I don't get it. Devs, can we sort this out at some point? You know, once it's all done, it's done. Don't need to see all this. It just slows everything down. And then you got this little bit where it's like, oh, look, Lara won. I know Lara won. Just get on with it. So, anything surprisingly here? Critchley doesn't have a broken neck. That's kind of surprising. Out. Holgerson out. Both in Q1. Both good drivers. Very good drivers. Let's take the qualifying again. See what the weather's going to do today. Looks good. Let's get these guys straight out. Now, is that an improvement? Not really, is it? I feel like maybe tweaking it that way a little bit. We'll see how that works. We'll take these tyres here. They barely got used. This is, I think these tyres do get locked in, so we've got to be a little bit careful. That was a slightly worse setup, so we're going to go back to the previous setup. And we're going to get these guys on auto again. Because I'm a lazy fucker. Now, can you get another perfect, or are we shit out of luck at this point? And guys in the tanks are going crazy. Sorry guys, the fish tank next to me, there's just a sort of flurry of activity there. No idea what happened. I think the big guy in there, there's a big blue car in there, and I think he just had a little bit of a schizo moment. I think he just... I know he's down there. But I think it was him that caused all the issue. Sorry, my wife was pointing the tank out to me, but I'm pretty sure it was him that smashed into all the plants. Never mind, doesn't matter. Blasi fast lap, unsurprisingly. Lara and Vosu getting pushed down. There is no rain to save us now in this particular qualifier. As long as one of these guys go through and we get the money, I'm not too worried. I don't know. I like Q2 elimination. So Lara, we're both just outside of Q2 at the minute, both the drivers. So let's get these guys back out. New tyres. I don't know if we get locked into these ones. I think we get locked into them, so let's go on new tyres. Let's also, which way did we go last time for that one? Okay, let's go that way. Send out. It's 95%, so that was an improvement. That is good to see. We won't worry about it. We'll just go back out on different tyres. We'll pick these tyres here, and off we go. Or as Rick would say, away we go. I can't do a Rick voice. I don't really care for it either. I do like Rick and Morty. Rick and Morty is a fantastic program. Who the fuck doesn't like Rick and Morty? It's stupid, but it's fun, you know. Can we get a perfect, Lara? I didn't even see what she got last time around. I was more interested in what's going on in the aquarium. Overheated perfect. Both drivers. Superb. I don't need to be told you're starting your flying lap, guys. I know you're starting your flying lap. I have an overhead view. We have the world's fastest helicopter chasing you. So it's a little bit disappointing you can't use the ERS boost in this. You know, the Lara saying it's lame, but pushing up into Q2. Vosu didn't really gain much out of that. But yeah, it's disappointing you can't use like the ERS boost. You know, the battery boost thing you've got in the race in the qualifier. It could make things a lot more interesting, but never mind. One of those things. Lara's got 9th, so she will go to Q3 by the looks of things, unless it's like Gomez or Minza pull something out their asses, which doesn't look like it's going to happen. It looks like they're all pitting. Yeah, they are. So Vosu 12th, and Lara goes through 9th, so we've got to do Q3, but we do get our 150 grand, which is going to be very beneficial to us, of course. There's 2 races left in the season. There's not much money left, so we need to do everything we can to make money. So let's get into Q3 now, shall we? Disappointing it's not raining. It's been absolutely fucking belting it down here in real life, actually. I had a little hailstorm not long ago. I do like a hailstorm now and then. So we are locked into those tyres. That is just really disappointing. I don't like being locked into the tyres. I'm hoping that's something we can potentially vote out next season. I'm saying that next season I'm hoping it's going to be our last season in the GT Challenger Series. I'm hoping we're going to be able to push on into the International Championship. We'll have a look how it goes, I suppose. Come on, Lara. What was your best one again? 1:14.030, wasn't that? Was your best lap. Can we get a repeat of that? You know, or faster? Obviously, Blasi's going to be faster than that, because I think the issue was that we had the wet weather for her, so we don't really know if that was a good time or not. That's just the fastest time I can remember her having. Blasi already smashing out fastest sectors by a long way. Like, we're a second behind Blasi, pretty much already. So what was that? 1:14.112. That's not a bad lap, I guess. We're getting pushed down straight away. Yeah, very quickly getting pushed down. Look, everyone pulling in faster than us. Nearly 2 seconds behind Blasi at this point, which is just fucking unreal. It really is. We're nearly a full second behind Mikhailovic, and we are coming in 10th. Now, can we be asked to do it again? We probably better. Let's try dicking around a bit more with that, shall we? Let's go out on a new set of tyres, hopefully fresh tyres, and that little adjustment will give us a slightly faster time. But that's not a good enough time, really. You know, almost 2 seconds behind first place. That's not a good place to be. Now, Lara, can you please get me a decent perfect? Or at least a good. I'll take a good. Nope, overheated perfect. Wonderful. Cheers for that. Now, have the tweaks we've made that to the car going to be slightly better? That is the question. We're 700th of a second slower than the position above us. Absolutely fucking nuts. So we've got a green sector there for part 2. White sector for the first part. Are we going to come in a little bit faster? We do. A lot faster. We shaved nearly a second off our time there. So we have pushed up into 8th, at least for now. Obviously, we're not going to be able to get another swing around. 9th place is behind, coming in. Giuliani is coming in. How does he do? Slower. That's fine by me. Lara goes onto the grid in 8th. It's not bad. That is not bad. So it was 8th and 12th, was it? I think for Vosu. We'll have a look in a second. We know Blasi's going to be first. There you go, Blasi first. Wolfrath, Channon, Amura, Mikhailovic. That's our top 5. So we're not going to look at that. We're just going to skip straight past and get on with this race. Lara has no chance of catching either Blasi tomorrow. I know. Blue Ball Racing sucks. Not so much that Blue Ball Racing sucks, more that Blasi is a freak of nature. Let's have a look at the car tyres again. What was it, a 32 lap race, isn't it? Let's change the setup. 32 lap race, yeah. So how many? 4 to 6 out of those. That's not who I wanted to see. So, tyre choice. 12 to 14. 8 to 10. Well, we may as well go with those. May as well give you 17 laps worth of fuel. Everything else can stay the same for you. Let's get the setup sorted out here. Tyre choice we can't change. Get you on 10 laps of fuel. Everything else can remain the same, which now we'll go back. I don't know if that's an improvement or not. I mean, it's 94% optimised. It did get us a very fast lap, so I'm going to stick with that. Knowledge-wise, we'll take the tyre change guru and the race trim. And for the young man, Vosu, we'll take the race trim. And we'll take the Lightfoot soft tyres. I know there's performance increase, but we're going to take the Lightfoot, and there's a reason we're going to take the Lightfoot. And so we're going to do 2 sectors on those soft tyres, and only 1 on the super softs. I need them to last out. And I say Blasi, Wolfrath, Shannon, Amura, Mikhailovic, whatever. We've already done that bit. Mikhailovic's got a broken neck. There you go. There's always someone with, well, I say there's always, 99% of the time there's someone with a broken neck. So Lara is going to push up with a nice turn on the inside up into 6th. Lost out to 7th again already. Vosu in 12th. Still holding on to his original position, I guess. We need to cut back on these tyres for both drivers, unfortunately. I didn't want to do it this early, but we know Lara's got fuck all wear left in her tyres. It's partly because of the car we've got, actually. The car we've got is not very good with tyre wear. She is up into 3rd on this first lap with beautiful driving. Vosu into 11th, up into 10th thanks to that little corner there. Using this ERS boost at exactly the wrong fucking time, aren't I? So Lara up into 2nd now. Albeit it's going to be very briefly. We're going to get overtaken on this corner. Vosu in 8th. So how are these tyres looking? How's the fuel looking? Everything's looking fine and dandy. Can we... I'm not going to use that there, are we? Wanted to, but couldn't. So Blasi is already 1 second ahead of us, or just over a second ahead of us, shall I say, which is just fucking ridiculous. Vosu in 9th. But we're pulling away from Mura. We're 2.7 seconds ahead of Mura. We are kind of catching up with Blasi, I guess, for some weird reason. I should imagine if she's cut back all the way on her driving style. Let's have a look at her driving style. Yeah, she's cut all the way back. Her tyre wear is a lot better than ours too. So what we're going to do is we're going to go conserve on the tyres. We want to try and get a little bit more out of these. Not much more. I want to go in exactly when Blasi goes in. That is my intention. Vosu's down to 10th. Basically, I just want to keep up with her. I figure that keeping up with her will improve our chances in the long run for this race. Don't know how. But they should do. Vosu in 8th. He overtook 2 drivers there apparently. I'm guessing they're both in the pit. Lara is semi-keeping up with Blasi, I guess. But she does have Shannon on her tail as well, unfortunately. Vosu in the 7th. Good little bit of driving. I'm guessing that the tyres are causing us issues at this point, but I want to go... Well, I've got to go one more now. So we're going to come in on this one. 28 laps remaining. 12 to 14. We're going to take the super softs again. And we're going to go with 14 laps worth of fuel. Too many. Parts are fine. Battery's fine. Whatever. We'll take a fast one. We'll risk it. For a biscuit. Why not? So, we want to try and stay ahead of Shannon going into this. We really do. Vosu in 6th. So Vosu's going to pit around about lap 10, hopefully. So Shannon's going to come into pit as well. I can only assume that Blasi is too far ahead to really take a look. Fuck it, let's click on her. No, Blasi's going to go one more apparently. She's only got 26% on her tyres. So she will go one more lap, which is just freaky. Vosu in the 5th. Didn't really take much advantage of the drivers in the pit. We did make a mistake on our filling. So... we are going to come out in 20th. Not good. Oh, no, 19th. Just about. That's not a good pit at all. Really not a good pit. Vosu in 4th. In fact, that's one of the worst pits I think we've had. Let's get neutral on those. Let's get a little bit more conservative with the tyres. Let's go to Vosu. We'll let Lara do her thing and catch up. Vosu in 3rd. Any drivers in the pits? We've got a few drivers in the pits. So... Lara should get up to 17th. She does. Mikhailovic's got a new fastest lap. Holgerson's going to come into pit any second now. Blasi already has. Soinen overtaking Vosu. Lara in the 16th. Drop back down to 17th very briefly. So Vosu may be able to take advantage here, I guess. Up in the 2nd. We want to go... we're going to have to bring them on. 20% on these tyres. We're going to have to bring them in. 24 laps remaining, we've got 12 to 14, so we're going to do this. We're going to take these soft tyres and hope for the best. We're going to just get it all on the fuel. Screw it. We'll do all of the fuel in one go. We just have to change tyres in. I'm tempted to see how that will work out for us. So Lara is fighting for 13th. Wait. Stop. Glad I caught myself. Very glad I caught myself. Nearly had Lara go straight back in and not Vosu. That could have been costly. So Vosu is going to be in here for a little while. He is taking on loads of fuel. But he is then going to be driving in hybrid mode for a good portion of this race, coming out in 19th. Lara up into 10th. So yeah, that is my intention. He's just going to get tyre changes now. It may be a crazy tactic, but I want to see how it works. I want to see how it goes. I mean, it's going to be slower for quite a few laps, but if it means maybe being faster overall, it's worth a shot. We know he's not going to do particularly well. He's up into 18th now, though. Lara in 8th. Dropping back down to 9th. Yeah, you're right. You let Shannon past you and it's not good enough. You are correct. So, instead of whinging about it, why don't you just go ahead and do something about it? Why don't you take back your position? Huh? A few drivers in the pit. Can we take good advantage here? Up into 6th. On the tail of Shannon. You want to maybe overtake him, Lara? I mean, the car's not the worst in the world. So Vosu in 18th must have dropped a couple of positions there. He is on the tail of 17th, being Nahui. I don't know if it's a name, how you pronounce that name, but that's how I pronounce it, so that's what I'm going to do. Vosu's going to stick on the hybrid for now. Lara does take 5th and 4th. Going to lose out 5th to Shannon again on one of the corners coming up, though. Feel it in my water. It's a bit like how I can tell when someone's going to score a goal against us in Football Manager. Minter's going to pit on this one, which I should imagine Wolfraff is going to pit as well. It kind of makes sense that he will. Yeah, there he is. Blasi's just going to ignore the pit. She's going to carry on. Vosu back up into 18th apparently. I think he must have dropped a position or two. Long way behind the pack, but it's understandable. We did do a big fill up. Lara in 2nd. Got Shannon right on our tail. Not going to be able to do much about it. Vosu in the 16th though. Must have taken a couple of guys on the pit. So how are we looking? It's starting to rain, so this is maybe a good time to come in. If it enters. Yeah, because we need to get new tyres anyway. 19 laps remaining. Should we just go full on? No, we'll go 14 laps. We'll take a balanced. Yeah. So we're going to get into this. We needed to come in for change tyres anyway, so that's just a fortunate bit of timing. I would have liked to have gone one more lap, but just how things played out. It's just fortunate, I guess, actually, that we've had to come in when it's started raining. It's incredibly fortunate, actually. It's almost too good. Vosu in the 15th, Lara down into 13th because of that pit, but it was a good pit. In fact, it was a very good pit. So you do need to pit for Inters, mate. I know, but I want you to go one more lap. No, I don't. I want you to pit for Inters, don't I? Okay, we're going to pit you for Inters. You don't have to worry about fuel. Should we chuck one more lap in? We'll chuck one more lap in just to make sure. Go safe, go fast, go balanced. So it's going to say we're going to come out in 19th with Vosu. It should be a little bit higher than that. I should imagine nearly everyone is going to pit. Lara up into 11th. One lap of fuel. Tyres are all done. Coming out in 18th, 19th, 20th. It was a good pit, but we still come out miles behind. Whatever. Not everyone's come in for Inters yet, so Lara might be able to make the most of this. So who's that gone in? Critchley's gone in. Landvik's gone in. So we've got a couple of positions to gain there. So that's up into 8th. And everyone else has still got to come in to get these Inters. Vosu needs to start really pushing. It really does. How many laps remaining? 15. Should be able to do that on those tyres. Lara's now making use of these Inters. Everyone else is slowing down massively. Blasi's still going around on the wet, surprising. On wet, on the softs. I mean, the weather's going to hold off soon, but if they don't do anything about it, they're going to fuck themselves. So Lara's in 3rd. It's going to massively pull away from Holgerson, who's decided to fuck things up for themselves. Vosu up into 14th. Nice. Let's get him back on neutral. So let's go back to Lara, who has got Shannon in front of him, in front of her even. He's going to come in and get Inters. He's not going to be able to make the most out of those, I don't think, but see how it goes. Blasi's come in as well. We've got the opportunity here to really pull away and make a bit of distance. Wolfraff 8 seconds behind us in 1st. Vosu, can you make something here? Gained a position. It's better than fucking fucking nothing. It's better than a kick to the cock. My favourite saying, better than a kick to the cock. Vosu shouldn't need hybrid mode anymore. He's got enough fuel about him. We've just got to keep an eye on his tyres. That's all we've got to worry about with him. Still got about an 8-second lead on second place. Locked up my brakes. Alright, it's fine, mate. Don't worry about it. Just don't crash. Don't talk about fuel levels. You know, it's my pet hate. So, how's this rain looking? How dry is it going to get? Right, so it's going to... It looks just about like the rain's going to get better, and then it's going to get worse. So we're going to push on these tyres. We're going to switch to another set of inters very, very soon. So we may as well push on these tyres. I don't want to be sort of sitting back on these tyres when I know we can make the most of them. And in fact, we're going to just go full on attack. We're going to try and increase this distance between us and Guildford. Don't worry about the wets. It's going to get drier again. Alright, it's going to get drier again. I know what I'm doing. Don't question me. It'll be detrimental to your health. Now I'm hoping other guys are going to jump in and get wet just because. But, why have we zoomed out so much? But, you know, it's one of those things. Yeah, it's going to get fucking horrendous again soon. So we're going to get 2 more laps out with Lara. And then we're going to pick some more inters. 2 more laps. See what percentage we've got after this lap, I guess. On these tyres. We're gaining a bit of distance. Not huge amounts, but you know, it's enough to work with. And Vosu should gain a position here because of the pits, so he's up to 12th. Lara is increasing this gap nicely, 9.5. We're at 29%, so we're going to pull back on these tyres just a bit. We're going to get 1 more lap out, and then we're going to switch to another set of inters. And fuel, there's 10 laps remaining, so we're going to go 13 laps of fuel. Or 14. 13. We're going to go 13, and then we'll use the hybrid mode if we have to. Do we want to risk it? Do we really want to risk it? Or do we want to go safe? What's safe? We're going to go balance. We're not going to risk it. We're going to go balance. We're going to add 1 more lap of fuel, actually. No, we're not. Keep it that. Right. So, let's pull back on the fuel slightly. We've got a 12-second gap. We don't need to go mad. And we're going to pull back on these tyres slightly as well. I don't want to use up all of the fuel we've got because I want to have a little bit of extra fuel. I just didn't want to put too much in because of the timings. I want to be able to come out of these. Wolfrath and Minza will definitely be pitting around about the same time as us. We've got a 13-second lead on Wolfrath. We'll lose that here if he doesn't pit, which I can imagine he will. Yeah, he has pitted. Minza hasn't. We're fucked up on the fueling. But how are we coming out of this? So we come out a little bit worse than we thought we were going to, but we're still 8th. Bearing in mind that other drivers will have to pit before we do. Because we're not going to pit now, actually. So, Vosu will need to pit. We're going to get him to attack. We'll get him to pit, and then we're going to get him to attack for the remainder. Will we chuck 1 more? We'll chuck in 3 more laps of fuel. And then we'll, yeah. Battery doesn't need recharging. Take a fast rest. Yeah, like balanced. So, Vosu's going to really fucking push his tyres at the end of this. Let's go back to Lara. Lara's in 6th at the minute. She is on the tail of someone. Again, we can probably attack with these tyres. We've only got 6 laps left to do with her. And she's got fresh tyres, so might as well really, really give it a shunt. Especially now we're not that far behind the pack. So Vosu out in 17th. Can use all of his boost. We're up into 5th, 4th. Going to lose out 5th again to Amura, just very, very briefly, but it's fine. It's fine. Amura, Landvik, Blasi, and Christie probably will all have to. I don't know if they will. Thinking about it, I don't know if they will pit. I mean, we've got the advantage here because we can really push on these tyres. Whereas these guys can't. I'm hoping they're going to have to pit either for fresh tyres or for more fuel. Lara up into 3rd. Vosu's still sort of struggling around about 17th. But he may be able to do something. We know Nahui's going to have to pit before long. He's not going to be able to see out the race on those tyres. Lara's whinging about the tyres. Lara needs to fuck off about the tyres. I know what I'm doing. That's going to drag her back a little bit. We will drag back a little bit, alright? Not much, just a bit. Now, Critchley has pitted, so we do go up into 2nd. Now, does that mean Blasi's going to pit? I don't think it does. I think Blasi's just too good. Can Vosu at least get a position out of this? Up into 16th. I think Blasi A is too far ahead of us to really be able to do anything with if she does pit. But I mean, she may pit for wets. You never know. She does need slightly new tyres. No, she's not pitting. I'm very surprised by that. I am. So, we've got 2 more laps to go, have we? Right. No, we're not going to do wet tyres, alright? Just fucking deal with it. There's only 2 laps to fucking go, you dozy cunts. So, Lara is a good 7 seconds ahead of Wolfrath. 5 behind Blasi. What's the difference between Vosu and Cooper? 4 seconds. But, again, I mean, there's something we can do. There's something we can do. Blasi is pitted. Blasi is pitted. Let's use that to our advantage. Right. Attack. Can we get fucking 1st place in this race? I don't think we will. I think Blasi's got too much. She's coming on... She's going to come in for wets? No, she's not coming for wets. She's coming on inters. I am shocked. I'd have thought she'd come in on the wets for the remainder of this. It's wet weather. You need to come in on wets. I'm not going to argue. I will take that. How far ahead are we? 9 seconds. Can we hold on to this 9-second lead for the last lap of this race? Oh dear, oh dear. This is going to be excellent for... Well, it's going to be excellent for Lara. Not so good for Vosu down in 16th, but excellent for Lara. Sorninen will need to pit. He's not going to, though. Can we please... Vosu, do something. Lara. Lara girl. Don't cock this up. Do not cock this up. This is your race. It's actually going to be your race. You're going to win. If you don't cock this up. She's going to crash in the last corner, isn't she? She doesn't. Good girl. So that is a win for Lara. Let's go to Vosu, who I don't think is going to get any higher than 16th. I think he's basically got 16th. I don't think the tactic I went with was really the right one, but oh well. Never mind. I mean, he wasn't happy, but for Lara, that is great. I'm happy for Lara. Lara got a 1st. Blasi fucking it up. That is good for Lara. Not so good for us with Vosu, but I think we're 40 points clear of the position blast in the standings, so that's not going to be an issue there. So, any scrutineering to worry about. I didn't actually see who got the fastest lap. I think Blasi got the fastest lap. I wouldn't be surprised. No, Mikhailovic did. And Blasi got penalties as well. She got a drive-through penalty. That's what that was. I see. So she had a drive-through penalty, and that's what fucked her. So, that's good. Lara's gone up into 2nd in the Drivers' Championships. We sit pretty in 5th. We are 42 points clear of Magyar, who are Hungarian-based, by the way. You can tell it by the Magyar bit. And 10 points behind Grand Slam Motorsport. How did we do overall, though? That's the question. Is the chairman going to be happy? The chairman should be fucking happy. We've got a fucking podium. We've got 1st place on the podium. If he's not happy, there's something severely wrong with our chairman. I mean, seriously, he needs to stop being a cunt and take a good, long, hard look in the mirror. So, has that done anything for our marketability? We do have sponsorships, I think, ending. It definitely got some sponsorships ending after the next race. Sorry, I need to burp. Came 3rd overall. That's not bad considering you came 16th, you piece of shit. How's your relationship with Toby Hart? Up 3%. Hey. Up 1% there. Chairman's absolutely fucking ecstatic. We're down to minus 182 grand. Oh well. You know, I'm sort of, yeah, fuck it, never mind, eh? One of those things, yeah. So how are we looking at the minute? with regards to sponsorship. There is an offer available. Let's go to drivers. Let's promote our 100% marketability driver again. No, wait. Shit. What's your marketability at? 57. 100. 21. That's fine, actually. I'm quite happy with that for a minute. Lara's really not going to be pissed. She's not going to be happy with this one. I don't really care. Augustana is claiming that your gearbox seems to be holding back the team. She needs to button it. Cunt. Hey. What's the meaning of this duration? I'm clearly good enough. I know you are, love. But sponsors. Marketability. We look at our marketability now. 4-star. Because Solano's there instead of you. That's the thing. It's only going to be for a little while until the race comes in, okay? We want to see if we get some good sponsors up. We need something like a big 4 million up front. So, what do we have? Not much. Not much. 7 for above. 2.2. 3 races. 450 grand. I'm tempted for that. I mean, we are getting 7th and above. And that will be, what? 1.4 mil? Something like that? I mean, that's a bigger payment up front, and obviously bonus payments now for a 10th. I think we're going to go with Petronas. Yeah, there we go. And that's going to be our target for the next race. Let's go back to the drivers. We're going to promote you again. It's just going to be... Just shut the fuck up, Solano. You're pretty much here to help us with our sponsorships. That is all you're here for. So how much money do we have for next year's car? 5.45 million. I kind of feel like we need to stick with that. I think that even gets us 6, does it? Do we take that? Doesn't really matter. Let's just leave it the same. It's been the same throughout the season, so let's leave it there. How long until the next race? 17 days. Obviously, we're not going to do the next race in this recording. I'm not even going to do this next race in the recording tonight. I normally would have done it and got it not out of the way, but I think I'm going to wait till tomorrow to finish this off. Partly because it's 10 o'clock at night, and partly because I wouldn't mind actually seeing if there's something like a small program on TV to watch with the wife. So, plus I need a piss, so there is that too. So that is going to be the end of this episode. Enrique Lara is now meditating too, so that'll help. Marshall GT have spent 15 million on a new design centre. Shit, we're going to need to do that. So, with regards to the standings, how far ahead are we again? We're 42 points. We're guaranteed 5th place. We're guaranteed 5th place, which I think is our best finish so far. Let's have a look. 18th. Yeah, so that'll be our best finish so far. So we have improved. We could potentially take Grandstand Motorsport. Who are those drivers? So Critchley and Channon, 2 very good drivers. We may be able to do enough in the next race to beat them. If we can get... Well, we only need to beat... I don't know how much we need to beat them. I mean, Lara is doing work. She is doing the job. It's just Vosu who isn't. So if Vosu can get a better finish than fucking 16th... If Vosu can finish 12th while Lara finishes in the podiums, I think that's enough to get more points and maybe take 4th. I don't know how much prize money there is involved in this position again, but there we are. Anyway, guys, that is going to be the end of the episode. If you have enjoyed today's episode, please do like and subscribe. Share it with your friends. Leave me a cheeky comment. I do like a cheeky comment. Tell me if you think that our number 1 position is skill or fluke. I'm leaning towards fluke, but do let me know. See what you think. And yeah, I say hit me up on Twitter @Keggedy, and I'll see you when I see you. Cheerio.